federal government tries to change venue of the trial of Nnamdi Kanu in Federal High Court. Yeah, as he said, even though it was challenging, the court couldn't prevent the situation often created by Nnamdi Kanu's trial. The Federal High Court in Abuja is considering changing the venue of the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, as it is to address the challenges it poses for court staff and other activities of the court, as it is business owners, public servants, and users of adjoining roads, and also always face a lot of difficulties. And now, wherever and whenever the proceedings hold at the court complex along the Shehu Shagari Road leading to Maitama, Abuja, the Sun reported that the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, John Toso, disclosed the plan to change the venue of the trial to ease the challenges associated with the trial during a courtesy visit to him by the newly elected executives of the Abuja chapter of the Nigerian Bar Association, Unity Bar, on February 16. Mr. So and the chief, who said that the court was working on a long-term solution to the problem, lamented the restrictions security agents had to put in place during the trials. Who said no? The trial. Is there any trial or have there been any trial that at least that has gotten edge? Is it not adjourning? What did you adjourn? What was the deliberation? What did you agree on before adjourning? You're just trying to adjourn. That's a problem. You're just adjourning, and you're telling us it causes gridlock, or it will affect the state of the court. I don't even understand. The Sun reported that the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, John So, disclosed the plan to change the venue of the trial to ease the challenges associated with the trial during a courtesy visit to him by the newly elected executives of the Abuja chapter of Nigerian Bar Association. Okay. Mr. So, who said the court was working on a long-term solution to the problem, lamented the restrictions security agents had to put in place during the trials. Well, there is no need for that. That is why the whites, have more sense than Nigeria. Yeah, because I don't get it. Nnamdi Kanu's trial. How many times will there be trial without a verdict? Well, he lamented how the measures always prevented lawyers and other litigants with ongoing cases from entering the court because of the trial. He described the road blockage and tight security measures put in place during the trial as a worrisome development for the court, lawyers and litigants, and also other court presided by other judges cannot function anytime the case comes up. Okay, let's assume that you are making money through this, or rather, the judiciary wants to stress themselves. The court wants to stress itself. Even the federal government of Nigeria wants to stress itself concerning Nnamdi Kanu's case, because they have nothing to lose. They're just going sponsoring logistics. You understand, disturbing the peace of the environment. So if the judge is okay, and also if he's comfortable with the adjourning or adjournment of Nnamdi Kanu's case, and he know what the adjournment or the hearing of Kanu's case usually cause a problem, then venue is not what you should change. Then lay your verdict immediately, judge the matter accordingly, then dismiss the case if need be, and let everybody go their separate ways. Not adjourning. You want to adjourn from point A to point B, the same thing. Okay, if you adjourn now because of a gridlock, So what will now happen? The case will be settled. That's the problem. If the case will be settled, then you can adjourn. I follow for promo. Well, Mr. So said even though it was challenging, the court could not prevent the situation. It's not truly the making of the court, Mr. So said, adding that the security arrangement was something that had been forced upon the court as a necessary action due to the high number of people interested in the trial. If you observe, for those who were at the last hearing, the matter came up, but of course the roads were free because the matter was shifted to late afternoon. The security operatives were advised not to close the access roads to the court until the time proximate to the trial. We are improving along the line. Mr. So said now they have turned Nnamdi Kanu's case to routine. I don't understand why must there be routine every time, every now and then. Now it's going to be every week. Now the kind will just come to court. They will see the judge face, see everybody's face. No head, nothing. Yeah, there is no result. Nnamdi Kanu will go back to wherever he is from. They are just giving us highlights. They will come the next. So some persons have really gotten a job through that. You understand? They will just come for a trial, go back, come for a trial, go back. What is the meaning of that? Please, the venue of the trial may have to change. Mr. So intended, and the case will have to be settled. Okay, according to Mr. So, he said that we are exploring the possibility of shifting the venue of the trial. That will be the best way out. Otherwise, if the trial continues here, it will interfere with our business. We have 11 courts here, but it is only one court that is trying Kanu. He said, okay, well, the question is, when are you shifting base? The chief judge did not mention how soon the change of venue might happen. It cannot yet be ascertained if the venue changes will begin with the ruling. The court on Wednesday scheduled to be delivered on April 8th. The trial judge Binta Yanko, who handles Mr. Kanu's case, had on Wednesday had an application by the defendant also challenging the validity of the terrorism and treasonable felony charges preferred against him. After the hearing of the application, which was opposed by the federal government's prosecuting team, the judge fixed April 8th for ruling. A lawyer, Tokpe Temokun, recently sued Mr. So and the State Security Service SSS, the agents keeping custody of Mr. Kanu since he was brought back to the country in June last year over the restriction of a journalist and the other during the trial. Premium Times reported how surprisingly the SSS complied with the judge's advice not to block access to the premises of the Federal High Court during Wednesday's proceedings. It was reported that the trial judge, Ms. Yanko, who fixed the sitting for 1 p.m., had advised the operatives of the SSS to inform their office about our recommendation. A morning check on the trial day showed that the Federal High Court staff, lawyers, litigants, and journalists, among others, had free access into the high-rise building and its surroundings. There was free movement of people and vehicles within and outside the court before and during the hearing of the case. Mr. So pleaded not guilty. Okay, I heard that Nnamdi Kanu pleaded not guilty, but it's not clear yet to the amended terrorism. Okay, Mr. Kanu pleaded not guilty to the amended treasonable felony or terrorism and treasonable felony charges arising from his alleged separatist activities. So that is what it is. So if there is a conclusion and everything is conclusive, why would there be a gridlock? That's not the problem. Well, if you're listening to Independent TV7, I would like you to share these things and let others be aware. Thanks for listening and God bless you.